kindergarten, I thought we could look around for some native plants together in my front yard. I'll try to find some that I know are on your native plant scavenger hunt. Let's see. Does anybody remember what this plant is? It's a type of cactus, but don't touch it, it has prickles on it. That's a prickly pear. And what about that one? What do you think? That one's an agave. Some people call them century plants. And then here, we saw some of these on our scavenger hunt at St. Francis. Do you remember the name? This one's a purple heart. And then let's see, what about this one? Sometimes right after it rains, this one has little purple flowers all over it that the bees and butterflies love. This is called the Texas sage. Let's see, I see some more prickly pear. I see a really big agave. Wow, that one's huge. And then this native plant we saw at St. Francis too. It was in the children's garden. Remember the name of that one? That one's a Mexican honeysuckle. Let's come over here and see what else we can find. Ooh, this one. We have that one in the children's garden at St. Francis too. I'll give you a hint. A couple weeks ago, this plant was covered in purple flowers that smelled like grape candy. Do you remember? This one's a Mountain Laurel. It doesn't have any flowers anymore, but it did a couple weeks ago. Let's see if we can find any seed pods. Let's see, oh, here are the little seed pods that are still growing. So a couple weeks ago, that was the purple flower. And it got pollinated and now it's turning into a seed pod. Here's a seed pod from last year's purple flowers. So that was a flower last season. And here on the ground, I see a seed pod from last year. And I opened it. I took the seed coat off, and now there's the red mountain laurel seeds in there. So I'll have to plant those later, and maybe another mountain laurel plant will grow. Let's see. Oh, I see some native plants here. This one was on your scavenger hunt. This one's bamboo muley. Let's see, I see a prickly pear in the back. I see some rosemary right there. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, big prickly pear. This one, I don't know if it was on your scavenger hunt, but this one is a type of cactus that's native to the area. It's called a Cholla cactus. When they get bigger, they have really pretty either pink or yellow flowers. Oh, look, here's a red yucca. And it looks like the red yucca has a bloom on it right now. So pretty. So that'll turn into a seed pod if it gets pollinated. Okay, let's keep going. I don't think this was on your list, but this is a blackberry plant. And blackberries grow in the wild all over Austin and around central Texas. This was a flower last week. It was a little white blackberry flower. And I see one back here that was a flower last week, and now it started to turn into the blackberry. Wow, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Maybe it'll be a blackberry and ready to eat in a couple weeks. Ooh, I see one right here. This is a type of grass. It looks so pretty when it blows in the wind. That's some Mexican feather grass. Okay, let's keep going. I see one of our wildflowers here. This is our state flower. There's some bluebonnets. There's some blooms on there. Remember, the leaves are really easy to tell what they are because they look like kind of little green stars. They're so cute. Let's see, I see another prickly pear. I see some more rosemary. Oh, there's some pretty Mexican feather grass. I see a couple more yuccas over there, but they don't have any blooms. Here's some more Texas sage. And I bet you know what these are. We saw these in our children's garden at St. Francis. They come in some different colors. Do you remember? This is lantana. Okay, let's keep going. I see, oops, loud motorcycle. Let's wait till it passes. Okay, remember this one? It's an agave or a century plant. I see some palmetto here. Some palmetto, some rosemary. Let's keep going. Another agave, some palmetto. There's a yucca. Let's see. And this purple over here, this is a type of lantana, so it's a native, and it's called trailing lantana.